Yo, welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Open Great League, and let's see what team we're going to be running with today. We got the Sableye paired with the Registeel and the Skeledirge. So a pretty good lead here. They switch out into the Manabuzz, which is pretty good for us again because we do have the super effective Zap Cannon. They're going to be able to throw this Dark Pulse here, dealing some good neutral damage. Dark Pulse doing slightly more damage than the Foul Plays potentially. We're going to go for this Zap Cannon, looking for the debuff. We do get the debuff. Okay. So we still needed 2 charge moves to take out this Manabuzz anyways, but because we got the little bit of a debuff, we're taking less damage from these Dark Pulses. Will we be able to get to this Focus Blast? We do get to the Focus Blast before they get to their next move, and then we're just going to try to get to another Zap Cannon here. We do have enough health to get to another Zap Cannon, so we fire off this Zap Cannon right after this Defense Deoxys. It does get the debuff and good damage. They're going to switch out immediately into the Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff here, unfortunately, good against this Sableye, but not good against this Skeledirge. We are going to be able to get to this Disarming Voice to get a shield. And at this point, all we have to do is just match shields if we want to. Here we know that this is most likely going to be the Icy Wind, makes sense. And then we're going to be able to get to this Disarming Voice. Disarming Voice doing some neutral damage, but because we got debuff, most likely it does not KO. One more Incinerate does take out the Wigglytuff, and now they have resigned. They know that their fate is unfortunately not good. So GG's to our opponent. On to the next game. We do have the Sableye protected against the Fairy types with the Skeledirge and the Reggie. So that is basically the format of the team. Kind of an ABB towards Sableye and pretty neutral against most of the stuff. As you can see here, we are met against a Skeledirge. We are able to get to the Foul Play first. They decide to shield, and then they switch out into the Wigglytuff. Wigglytuff here, we could have gone either way, but we wanted to use this Skeledirge immediately. So we're going to be able to get to this Skeledirge and throw the Disarming Voice. Here we know that we can survive any moves. We're going to tank all the moves. Disarming Voice goes through. Are we going to be able to farm down? Let's find out. We are able to get the farm down, which is great. A lot of energy on Skeledirge is always nice. We're going to go for this Shadow Ball right here. Shadow Ball does get the last shield from the Quagsire. Now we have to decide if we're going to go with the Sableye or the Registeel. We decided to go in with the Sableye because we have some energy. We know that they were going to throw a move, so we can shield here. And we just got to throw in good timing. Okay, we actually switch out of that matchup to force them to either use some energy, because Quagsire usually doesn't run Earthquake. So we did force them out of that. Now we're going to be able to get to the Zap Cannon, take out this Skeledirge, and let's see what our opponent is running. Is it the Stone Edge Aqua Tail version? It is. So we're going to try to get to another move, but they do snipe that energy from us. And now we know that they're relatively energy dry. We're going to go for this return, because this is a Shadow Quagsire. Does one return take out the Quagsire? No, but the ensuing Shadow Claw does snipe down that Quagsire. So GG's to our opponent, and well played by us using the intuition that because they threw the Aqua Tail, most likely they didn't run the Earthquake. So then we switched out into the Registeel. All right, here we go. The Azumarill versus the Sableye. This is kind of an okay matchup. We soft lose this is. We can potentially farm down with our Reggie. So that's exactly what we're going to be doing, I think. We do get Beta with the Ice Beam. Ice Beam there is not super effective. However, we do get a shield from our opponent. We try to catch a move right here, anticipating a potential foul play. Nope, no foul play. Ends up being the Ice Beam again. They're staying in for some reason. They're trying to catch a move, I guess. Yep, makes sense. So we did build up enough energy to throw a Zap Cannon right back at this Medicham. Medicham here, able to tank that Zap Cannon quite easily. Here, we're going to have to let this one go, hoping it's not the Dynamic Punch. No Dynamic Punch, ends up being the Psychic. Psychic is resisted, and now we're going to be able to either get the shield or get the KO from this Medicham. So GG's right there. On to the next. Let's see what we find. They're going to bring back in the Azumarill. So we're going to switch out immediately into our Sableye, because we want to try to use this energy efficiently. Another Ice Beam goes through, so maybe they only have Ice Beam Hydro Pump. We're going to go with this Foul Play big, because it's seeming like they do not want to switch out. So they are going to be able to get to another move here. What's it going to be? Ends up being the Ice Beam. So my guess is they were running Ice Beam Hydro Pump, because they were just throwing Ice Beams the entire time. We do get met with a Trevenant. So Trevenant here is going to be kind of tricky to deal with, as we're going to try to catch a move right here. Oh, unfortunately, not able to catch the move, and now we're going to get KO'd with a Shadow Ball. So Our only play right there, unfortunately, was to try to catch a move with our Registeel, but I guess, unfortunately, not great timing. So, GG's to our opponent. Next game, let's see what we find. They ended up having the Trevenant Azumarill core, which is pretty decent. Unfortunately, just too many ghosts in the back. All right, so we got the Sableye versus the Shadow Dragon here. They're going to be able to win the CAP, so we're just going to allow them to throw first, and then we're going to throw our own move. One foul play goes through properly. Okay, they actually let it go. Interesting. So maybe they have some good tanks in the back. Makes sense. There's the Lantern. They decide to try to get an energy advantage with the Lantern. We do get a shield out of this situation, which is pretty good. We went for the foul play big. They decided to go for the Surf. And now we're going to go into our Registeel, hoping that the Skeledirge is going to be able to win in the back. So far, they revealed that they have the Lantern. What do we think is in the back? We're going to have to throw the Zap Cannon here. One Zap Cannon goes through, does get the debuff. Let's see if we're going to be able to get to another move here. They decided to throw another move, ends up being the Thunderbolt, doesn't quite KO. And then we're going to throw this Focus Blast when we have it immediately. This Focus Blast does take out the Lantern, and they do have the double water in the back. So Dugong lurking in the back is kind of okay for us because we do have a shield. In case we get baited here, we get debuffed. But we're going to allow the first one to go through just in case it is the bait, because we know we can survive one drill run. All right, we're gonna shield this one. Ends up being the Icy Wind, and then we're gonna throw our own Shadow Ball right here. Shadow Ball roughly takes it into the red. Oh, and we are able to get to another Disarming Voice for the KO. So we did not need to switch out. We had an opportunity to try to catch a move, but we didn't need it because the Skeledirge able to take out that Dugong with the Shadow Ball and a Disarming Voice, even though we did get debuffed. So nice play by us. On to the next game. Let's see. We have the Vigoroth versus the Sableye. Okay, so Vigoroth here, pretty decent against our team. You can see these counters going against the Sableye doing some tremendous damage, considering they are resisted. We are going to have to go for this foul play here to try to get a shield. No shield from our opponent. We're going to go for another foul play. This foul play here would potentially get this Vigoroth pretty low. And now we're going to just allow this to go down and soft lose this. What do we come back in with? We're going to go in with our Skeledirge because we want to potentially farm with the Skeledirge. One Rock Slide does get committed, and we are able to show that correct move. Here, we're going to be able to farm down. One shield farm down, pretty decent. And now we are met with a Jellicent in the back. Jellicent is going to have to potentially shield this Shadow Ball. We do get to... Okay, nope, we don't get to another Shadow Ball. We know this is probably going to be the Serve. Ends up being the Serve. Makes sense. We are able to barely survive it. Able to fire off this Shadow Ball. Doesn't quite KO, but luckily, they have the Umbreon in the back. So they have the classic Vigoroth, Umbreon, Jellicent team. Kind of a ABA weak to fighting, but this Registeel is going to be able to throw a super effective Focus Blast towards this Umbreon. All we have to do is get to another Focus Blast. Because they switched out, they are switch locked, so we don't have to worry about a catch necessarily. But we're just going to throw this Focus Blast when we have it, take out this Umbreon. We don't want to take any more damage, and now we just have to basically just get to a Focus Blast, and we should be able to take out this Jellicent. We don't have any shields anymore, but we do survive a Shadow Ball from this range, as you can see here. Able to survive the Shadow Ball and potentially another Surf. So we were really good. We were in a really good situation. So GG's to our opponent. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.